everybody. Welcome to the 8th episode of Snack Bar. My name is Sarah.
And I'm Geraldine.
And this week, we'll probably talk more on Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, since it came out this week. It's a big deal. As well as Star Wars Episode 5 and 6, because that's what I watched this week. And I know Jerry watched it as well. So I'm going to ask you first, did you like it, or do you even remember it?
I can't say anything because this is Star Wars and I have a different opinion.
Okay, I watched 5 and 6 back to back. Because I felt that it was one of those movies that you had to. When I watched the fourth one and then I came out with the fourth one, I didn't have like a need or a desire to watch the fifth or the sixth one. So I put that off for like at least 2 weeks. And then when I watched the fifth one and I realized I really need to watch the sixth one, so I watched it back to back. I actually liked it. There were a few parts that I was like, what the hell? Like the part, okay, I love the characters. I love the development of the characters, even though there wasn't much.
Yeah. Sorry.
There wasn't much, but I expected more from the fifth one. I guess because it was the big bang, the big reveal at the end and stuff like that. So I expected a bit more. There wasn't really much. I was okay with it. I really liked the sixth one. There were cute little bear characters.
They were there, man. They were there just to sell toys.
No, screw it. I don't care. They were so cute. Anyways, I love those. I love Han Solo and Leia's relationship. I love I mean, it started really fast compared to the fourth one and the fifth one. The sixth one started with a bang, and I really liked it. One thing that I have to say though, I don't get how Luke knew that Leia was the sister and vice versa. That was really abrupt.
Wasn't that Yoda?
No, Yoda didn't mention that Leia was the sister. He just mentioned that there was another Skywalker, and then he went on to assume there was Leia, and true enough. And I don't know how that worked. That was a bit abrupt.
We have like a Star Wars expert here. Ask him. You go on talking.
But yeah, so I don't know. It felt really off. They probably used the Force.
Oh, the Force. Yeah, the Force. That was the answer.
Yeah, exactly. You know, any answer to any question you have about this movie, the answer is usually the Force. So okay, and it's something that you don't really understand. But I really liked the whole. I don't know. It had a very Zen type of theme to the entire movie, like the good and the bad and the hate and the I don't know, but
the
hate part, yeah, the trying to find
right,
the center.
okay.
But it was okay. I liked it. I'm not like a huge fan now. It's just I liked it.
No. You have to be a huge fan. What are you talking about?
I'm a huge fan of the hype about it. Like
I enjoy watching the fans be crazy.
Yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy the hype. I enjoy
it's very interesting.
The people coming together, for just this 3 movies, probably 6 movies if they like the prequels. But yeah, so I just really like that, and I can't wait for The Force Awakens to come out. But I am not a huge fan. I just really want to see where they take. I really want to see Mark Hamill come back, and then Princess Leia come back.
They're all coming back.
They're all coming back, exactly. So I want to watch Force Awakens for that. Really.
Honestly, I didn't like Mark Hamill as an actor until I saw him as the Joker. That's when I started liking him, because Luke Skywalker is kind of a lame hero.
Oh, he is. I'm not saying that he's a good hero.
Maybe Mark Hamill has that evil face.
Yeah, I like.
He's the son of Darth Vader. Oh, spoiler alert, guys.
Well, but yeah, I really. Okay, I don't know what else to say. I really like the characters. Although you say like the characters, they're not fantastic or anything, but the chemistry with each other, I really like.
Yeah.
I think that really,
because they all smoke together or something. I know. Carrie Fisher and Han Solo. Sorry, not Han Solo.
And Harrison Ford. I'm sorry.
They smoked together. Like they just went high together. So that's how they bonded, I guess.
That works well.
Yeah. Okay, and what about? Did we discuss? I guess Return of Jedi. I guess it's a good conclusion. It's a little bit too. I mean, I would say like it's a little bit too well. What's it called? Well wrapped up.
Yeah.
But I mean, now Force Awakens is coming out, so I don't think that counts anymore.
Yeah, so something must have happened between
And so you don't
that and then something bad.
I
Empire
think-
probably came back. I don't know.
Speaking of Force Awakens, I think like the marketing is so smart because I think that Luke is a lame hero, and I'm sure a lot of people think that way because all they talk about is Boba Fett, Han Solo, and Darth Vader. Like those are the three most famous characters in Star Wars. I guess except the Stormtroopers, who are still my favorite because they always miss. But I love that they don't show Luke, and humans want what they can't have. So because they don't see Luke, people are so excited to see what happened to him,
Plus, he's
where
the
he
main
is.
character.
Yeah, and he's the main character, but
So you can't really.
he's not. I mean, like, let's face it. If Aladdin came out and there's a sequel and they keep teasing the genie and they don't show Aladdin, no one's gonna care.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, so good for the Force Awakens team. And I think out of all the three, I don't know if I have a favorite because they all feel the same.
Just there.
I guess.
Oh, there's one thing I have to say though. I did not know Yoda sounded like Cookie Monster. Yeah, he does. He sounds like Cookie Monster, but I still love him. He's so cute. Anyways, yeah.
I feel like I should say Return of the Jedi is my favorite because I finally see character development,
Same.
but I'm not sure. I feel like it's
I-
controversial to say that because that's everyone's least favorite.
I really like
the
Return of
original
the Jedi
trilogy.
as well, actually. It built up pretty fast. It wasn't as slow as the first two. It wasn't as slow as the first one. That says quite a bit. Yeah, I actually really like Return of the Jedi. It was a really nice ending.
Yeah,
It was a
because
happy
I
ever
think
after kind of thing.
I mean until you watch the prequels, Darth Vader is a very interesting character, and you know he gets his character development there. So I guess that's why that's my favorite. Although I love how everyone loves Boba Fett, even though he's just not cool.
He comes out like what, 5 minutes?
You know why people like him? I googled this. I actually typed in why people like Boba Fett.
And
They like him because of his jetpack, which was the cause of his
use.
death. No, which was the cause of his death. Oh, but not in the expanded universe, so his death doesn't count.
oh god. Anyways, I don't understand Boba Fett at all.
I don't understand a lot of things about Star Wars.
I
That's
don't
why I was like,
get Boba Fett.
and even after reading How Star Wars Conquered the Universe, I still don't get it. So, alright, let's just go on to our review. I'm so sorry I sound so tired because I just woke up.
Yeah, it's like actually it's 12.
Shut up.
Already.
Alright.
Oh, well.
Oh, it's not 12,
No,
it's 11.
sorry, it's 11. My clock's off. Okay.
Yeah.
It's 11:14.
Yeah. I wake up late, I'm sorry. Alright, so on to Mockingjay Part 2. Mockingjay is not my favorite book, and so it was like probably my least favorite. So I didn't have high hopes for it. And then also a lot of people said, Mockingjay Part 1 is just build up. But there's character development in Part 1. That's what I love most about Part 1. And I don't mind slow movies as long as they have good compelling characters in them.
Yeah.
And there's very little Peter, which is great. So, I'm sorry, I'm such a hater today. But I really enjoyed Part 1, and I love the relationship between the animosity between Snow and what's her name? Katniss, yeah. And they have I think Part 1 is really awesome. I love the whole propaganda thing, and I guess it's because of my low expectations, that's why I was so blown away by it. It's kind of the same as Catching Fire. So when I watched Mockingjay Part 2, I had like high hopes, even though it was getting kind of mixed reviews. It was okay. Like, there was a lot of action, very little character development, which is like in the vein of Harry Potter. Except Harry Potter has characters you grew up with for like 9 years. Is it 9 years? Yeah, it was like about 9 years. And Katniss isn't exactly the best character ever. You pity her more than you root for her, I guess. You root for her because out of pity, not out of, because you like her. And then I really enjoyed where they went with Peter in this, even though, his character development is kind of iffy, especially at the end. I won't spoil anything, we'll spoil that later. And President Snow should have been in this more.
Yeah.
I feel like
I thought that.
there's a lot of story, because people say how oh, they had part 2 and part 1, and then they dragged it out way too much because if they did it, they wanted money, right? But a lot of these things are in the books, so it really is.
They were very faithful.
Yeah, they were very faithful to the book at some points. What they did to Gil, no, that wasn't faithful at all. Yeah. But this is what I mean by you can't adapt a movie without taking some creative liberties, because if you this is what I mean by editing choices on why they had to cut out some parts of the books, because the ending felt like it never ended, but everything at the end was in the books.
Yeah, but okay, I if you want to start from there, fine. At the end of the book, it felt like it was open-ended. There wasn't really a closure. It ended with Katniss going like, how am I going to tell my kids about, you know, what happened? It was just, it's so traumatizing, yada yada yada. It was really a downer, but I felt like what they did with the movie, the tone was a bit different. They used the same words. I went to read the last part again. They used the same words and phrasing and stuff like that, but the tone was very different. The tone in the movie felt more of a history lesson than, you know, how am I going to live knowing that this was my past kind of thing.
I guess, but it's a lot more hopeful than the book, because the book ended on a very sad,
so it's a lot more hopeful than the book. So I actually really like the ending of Mockingjay Part 2. It's really very faithful to the book, but I guess, it took a different take at the end.
So, do you even like Katniss as a character?
No.
Yeah, she's really
sad. I said in the previous episode when we talk about the young adult franchises, Hunger Games don't have very compelling characters.
I feel
except for Snow.
I feel like they do. It's just that she doesn't have the ability to write it that well, because you can tell that, oh, she's a broken character, but she's strong because even no matter how broken she is on the inside, and she just has to deal with all the kind of crap that's thrown at her, and because of that, you know, she's the unwilling hero, I guess.
Yeah, but actually, when I read the books, Katniss was more broken than a hero. I felt that she was at that point where she was so broken down that, you know, people just needed to use her. Okay lor, so it's like, if you want to use me, you know, kind of thing. She had that feel, and in the movie it was the same thing. So I didn't really like the characters, but I really like the political story behind
the
it.
political side of it is very interesting. I forgot to tell you the plot of it, but never mind. Everyone knows what the plot of Hunger Games is.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I have a love-hate relationship with this movie because they were really trying to be faithful towards to the book, except the book isn't that good. So because of that,
I'm not a big fan of the entire series. I mean, the book to me, I sat down in one. I finished the book in one sitting, but because of the ending, I just really didn't like it at all. But I was okay. I wouldn't say Mockingjay was the worst of the book. So
I'm trying to recall what I don't like about this film, because a lot of things I don't like in this film, they're all in spoilers, so I can't say anything.
I'll tell you what I like.
I love the propaganda though. The propaganda is always still my favorite part.
What I like about the film is that they turned down the romance, the love triangle thing to a whole new low. Like, it wasn't really emphasized, and I really like that because they focus more on the political aspect than anything else.
Yeah, the love triangle is like all the way at the back, so that's good.
So it wasn't really touched on.
And like I said, I really like, because Peter is probably the most boring character ever, but what they did to him in this film, it's very interesting. And I know it happened in the book, whatever, but like they finally give George Hutcherson something to do besides be the light of Katniss' life. I really like how their relationship has changed. I like Gil and that very small moment, Gil and Peter's relationship, how they aren't even though they both like Katniss, but you know, they know that it's still her decision to make and it's not up to them, which is really nice to see in a love triangle.
Yep. Alright, should we move to spoilers?
I feel like we haven't said enough like negative about this film.
Okay.
Oh, the pacing is really slow. Yeah, that's one of them. Oh, I already said that in the editing.
Yeah,
because they want to be so faithful to the book, that's why the editing, like, it really slows down. But oh my gosh, now I'm praising this film again. But the tension in a lot of this parts of the film, it's very good. Like there's this very alien-esque where, you know, they're just looking through and it's really quiet and it's just sound effects. It's just dead silent. It was so they teased us so hard. It's so scary.
It was so scary.
And I really should have written this down, all the negative stuff in the non-spoilers. But I can't think of any. Yeah. I think the ending is okay. I didn't like what they did with Gil at the end. But
yeah, it's a bit abrupt. That was a bit abrupt, I felt.
And also, like, the twist in this film, it's not that hard to see coming.
In the movies.
In the book, it wasn't.
It was hard to see coming. I didn't expect it when I read the book. But when I watched the movie, I was like...
They make it very obvious.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious that...
Because Jennifer Lawrence is a good actress. Yeah. She's a very good actress. That's why you can tell what her main goal is. So, alright, let's just go on to spoilers.
Okay, spoilers. Like I said, we should just continue from there. The part where I didn't like it was that it was so obvious that President Coin was the actual enemy, not Snow. And the ending, some people didn't see it coming, but I think it's pretty much obvious.
Sorry for interrupting. Yeah. I love how President Snow died in this film as opposed to the book.
How did he die in the book?
In the book, I think because he drank poison or something, right, to give himself a life or something like that. So like he just bled to death because he couldn't heal his wounds. But in this film, the civilians killed him, which is it's such a nice poetic justice, which is awesome, and I really love that they took away from that. And okay, I admit I did cry in this film, but that's because the film was over.
I didn't.
I'm sorry, I did. I'm a crybaby when it comes to things that I grew up with. Yeah, like I'm gonna die once like the Marvel characters start going away.
Yes,
yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, so what was I about to say? Sorry. Oh yeah. I didn't like what they did with Gil at the end because it really wasn't Gil's fault. He designed it, but they make it seem like it was his fault and Katniss was angry at him. And I get that she's emotionally like, you know, she can't think clearly, but at least at the end give us closure that they at least made up. And the reason why Gil left her was because he reminded her of Katniss. Sorry. He reminded her of Prim. And yeah, it was his bombs that he designed, it was his plan. But it wasn't his plan to go ahead with it, right? It was all coin. Because he also didn't know whether it was his bomb.
No, I think it was more of he designed it, but he just didn't know how they were going to use it.
Yeah.
In a way.
So that
Coin
sucks.
decided that.
And speaking of that, I don't understand Peter's character development because he started off so interesting and then suddenly he became Peter again. Without like...
Yeah, okay. About that, it was a bit, as I said, that was a bit abrupt as well. I think the ending was probably a bit abrupt. But it was like the book. The book was kind of like that as well. But the book focused a lot...
Even the climax was abrupt.
Yeah, but the book focused a lot on Peter's problem. Like, the whole real, not real thing was focused on a lot more compared to the movie. I would have liked if they focused on that more and that was a main part of the whole movie. I don't know.
Yeah, because like it's the most interesting part of the movie besides the propaganda, and they don't even touch on it that much. And when he does go crazy, it's cool because that's so different from his actual character.
I remember him going like in the books. I remember Peter being a lot more crazy than.
But let's not compare the books.
Yeah, I know. I know. We said we shouldn't do that, but because the movie is so faithful to the book, you can't help but actually think that way. It's really very faithful to the book.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
What else is there to say about Peter? I think she chose the wrong guy, by the way. I've always thought that she chose the wrong guy, but
no. To me, it's always the yin and yang thing when I read the book, so it works.
He's so boring.
I know he's so boring, but Candace is so interesting, so you need to have a balance in your life.
But
man.
Candace isn't interesting. She's broken. Like,
Yeah, so
you know what Candace should do? She should go with Gil and then help orphan kids instead of having kids of her own.
No, okay. In the book, I reread.
I am gonna murder you one more time if you say it in the book.
Sorry, but as in I reread the last part of the book, and the reason why it wasn't touched on in the movie, but it was Candace went with Peter because he gave her this peace, this so-called like solace thing. I don't know, peace and comfort compared to Gale. Because Gale is a more
aggressive. Yeah,
he's
I
more
know.
aggressive. So you know that yin and yang thing? Come on, let's
But
balance it.
in the movie, the reason why she got rid of Gil was because of Prim.
Yeah.
And it's very stupid because it's not his fault. He did take care of his of her family when she was gone.
Yeah.
And he's always been taking care of her family, and just because Prim died under his plans,
But
which he did not even carry out,
Yeah, so
then that's so unfair towards his character.
that was another thing that I didn't like. That it wasn't the part where Candace was so affected by Prim wasn't emphasized enough. To me it wasn't. In the book it was so obvious that I'm sorry. I shouldn't compare it with the book. It's so close. The movie and the book is so close.
The book's not even that good, by the way.
I was okay with the books. But yeah, it wasn't emphasized in the movie to make me believe that she actually agreed to the Hunger Games because of Prim. She left Gale because of Prim. It didn't feel like that. It didn't feel convincing enough.
I never felt that in a book, so I'll never feel that in the movie. So I just looked at Prim as pretend that's your little sister. So that's how I related to it. It's not because the movie told me, it's not because the book told me, it's because I had to force myself to relate to Katniss that way. Because like I said, it's not well written. So
okay. So then Collins actually came out to talk about the last book when the last book came out. Her reason for the shitty ending was because she was no longer
inspired. Yeah.
I
So
was like, this is a shitty explanation, but yeah.
Yeah, so I really think the pacing of this movie is really bad. Oh, can we talk about the mud scene?
Yes,
Sorry, that was
talk
a.
about the mud scene.
Those are not muds, by the way. I don't like that it is out of nowhere that these creatures came out because there's absolutely like no explanation for it.
There were muds.
There was no
In the
world
first
building.
one.
Yeah. So did they reuse that? Was it the same muds?
No.
I don't remember that. They should have used the same muds because it would make so much more
The
sense.
first muds don't live underwater. The first muds, I remember they were wolf dogs
Yeah.
with the eyes of the dead tributes.
That's like
Yeah, so
I
they didn't use the same muds.
I hate
But I think-
that destroyed how the world building of it.
Yeah, so I think when they say muds, it's not really like the creature mud, but more of the monsters created by the capital. They're called muds.
But the movie didn't build it up that way to, you know,
Yeah.
to show that they have. I guess the Mockingjay is a mutant, but those type of like human-ass mutants, they didn't show that, and all the deaths are like really sad.
God damn it, Finnick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Finnick. Oh, speaking of Finnick, his death was not as good because
I thought it would be.
because we don't know much about him in the movie.
Yeah.
He hardly appears. He hardly appears in Mockingjay Part 1. He hardly appears in Mockingjay
I
Part 2.
cried when I read the book when he died.
Oh, his death was really quick though.
Sorry?
His death was really quick though.
His death was really quick, yeah, but
This was so scary. It's like
was
he's
scary.
just
It was
screaming for cat. Oh my gosh, the horror of this film is really good.
yeah, that scene was probably the most compelling thing I've watched in a month. To talk about. Actually, it had the same feel as the first one, really.
First one is in Part 1.
Part one, yeah.
This one had a lot more action and very little character development.
Yeah,
because the
and-
characters already developed.
Yeah, the first one had
And the first
a lot
one.
of development for Katniss. I felt
She's a really boring character.
she is, but they all are. They're not very fantastic characters. Yeah. we'll end it here. There's nothing much about Hunger Games. So will you recommend it to people?
I recommend it. I mean, if you watch the entire series, you watch this. But to newcomers, don't watch this. Watch Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And why did you listen to this? Spoilers.
I have to say this though. Anybody who has read the books will actually really like this.
Yeah, because it's really faithful to its detriment. But
it's so faithful. I've never seen an adaptation so faithful to a book. Like really, I was like, wait, this is in the book.
Yeah.
I expected a bit more that's not in the
I mean, obviously, it's a lot less violent than the book.
Yeah.
But
all of the Hunger Games were less violent in the movies.
You know, at the end, where you see Katniss at the open field with Peeta.
Right.
It reminded me of Harry Potter. That's when I started crying.
Harry Potter? Why is it?
Yeah. Because at the end, Harry Potter had kids as well. But obviously, the Harry Potter 19 years was so much better. Because it was really touching. It was happy.
Shut up about Harry Potter. You and Harry Potter. Seriously.
I love Harry Potter. Okay, instead of comparing the books, I'm like comparing it to Harry Potter. But I like Peeta's head in that. It's very daddy-ish. So cute with the kid. Okay, I still think she chose the wrong guy. But that's not up to me.
She should have just gone single, man.
Yeah, she should have just gone single.
Yeah, you know what? Screw Peeta, screw Gale. Like,
I mean, don't screw both of them, but like, just have them as friends, like companions.
Gale stayed in District 2, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So Peeta should have gone to another district. I don't know. Well.
Oh, by the way, Effie and Haymitch got together.
That was weird.
Yeah,
that was weird.
I mean,
that was so weird.
They kind of hinted that in part 1. Remember?
Yeah, they had this whole love-hate thing going on.
That was odd.
But it's so weird. No, I can't. No.
You don't ship it?
No, I don't ship it. No, not one bit.
Okay, so let's go on to movie news.
Okay, now for movie news. Nothing much this week, but let's just start with Toy Story 4. Patricia Arquette, Academy Award winning Patricia Arquette is joining Toy Story 4 on top of an already amazing cast with Tom Hanks and Tim Allen leading the pack. So story is a little different than before. It's more of a love story between Bo Peep and Woody. So what do you think of the new addition? I mean, Patricia Arquette, she's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna sound like a hater. Which do you think is the more unnecessary sequel? Toy Story 4 or Finding Dory?
Toy Story 4.
A love story, really.
Yeah, I didn't see any.
I mean,
love story.
Thank you for casting Patricia Arquette because I think that she's a very good actress.
Oh yeah, she is.
But why are you casting celebrities in your animated film? I will never understand. And I don't like it. And I think you should hire actual voice actors to do it because they're just as good and they're way cheaper. But whatever, you're Pixar, you earn so much money anyway.
They've been producing a lot of movies, so they can afford it.
Yeah.
Let them go ahead.
And
do whatever they want.
I don't want to see a Toy Story 4.
I don't want it
because
either.
Toy Story 3 ended fine. And I don't.
Good.
I feel like I should boycott Toy Story 4 because I don't think.
Won't.
Yeah, but I won't because I love animated films.
Yeah.
And I will try any animated films I see.
Yeah, I'll watch this because I love Bo Peep and Woody.
I think they're cute. I think Woody's okay. Just promise me this, Pixar. Don't bring back old Buzz when he just came out of the packaging. Don't have everyone go against Woody again. And just do you realize that Toy Story 3 was nothing but fan service?
Yeah.
Which really annoyed me because I hate fan service like that.
Yeah, I know you do. But I'm okay with fan service because it makes me feel good.
And the ending is really good for Toy Story. Like that
Toy
is
Story 3 had one of the best endings.
that is the definition of a perfect ending.
Yeah, actually, they should just end with that
just-
and never have a Toy Story 4.
Yeah, leave the characters alone.
Yeah.
I mean, they clearly just want to make.
Okay, wait. Then I need to say something. Is this going to be a prequel or is it going to be a sequel? Because Bo Peep didn't come out in Toy Story 3. She was already given away by then.
I hope to God it's a prequel.
Yeah.
Because then that perfect ending is still there.
Yeah. No, you know what they should have done with Toy Story? Just continue with your short films.
Yeah.
just don't produce another movie because the short films are already so cute and just so good, and it adds a lot to the entire Toy Story
but
franchise.
it will never ruin the emotional send off in Toy Story 3.
Exactly.
We were supposed to talk about Patricia Arquette. I think she's a good.
Yeah, Patricia Arquette's good.
Like, she's a good addition. Just get real voice actors next time. But you won't, because you're Hollywood. Okay.
Alright, next up, Huntsman Winter's War trailer. The prequel, I don't know. Or the first Snow White and
I think
the
it's like a
Huntsman.
prequel and sequel at the same
Yeah,
time.
it's both. As reported, the movie's story starts off with the sisters, Freya and Queen Ravina, in a pre-Snow White plot, and they lived together until the Ice Queen got her heart broken by a man.
Oh, again?
Yep. Okay, so devastated, she flees from the kingdom and builds an icy empire as she assembled a legion of huntsmen, a deadly pack of warriors including Eric and Sarah, who were reprimanded to follow one rule from the cold-hearted queen: forever harden your hearts to love. However, Freya's most beloved warriors defied her rules as they fell in love, and she banished Eric and Sarah into the wilderness. Fast forward into the Snow White plot, the Ice Queen learns that her sister has been killed and demanded her soldiers to bring the magic mirror to a sorceress who has the ability to harness its power. Freya learns that her sister can be resurrected, and together they come back for a deeply dark retaliation by combining their disastrous forces. As the wicked sisters plan for vengeance together with their seemingly formidable troops, the two huntsmen will reunite and try to conquer the dark forces. So what do you think?
The trailer? I think the trailer was good,
I
but
love the trailer.
I feel like it showed way too much. Because, like, you look at this plot synopsis, and the whole thing sounds like she's just trying to get her sister back,
Yeah,
and they did show that her sister came back.
yeah.
So now I'm really confused as to, like,
So it's gonna be like a big battle.
I have a feeling they showed too much.
Okay.
So, come on, trailer, come on. But it's a good trailer. I'm looking at, like, Freya and what's her name, Ravina's relationship. It looks very compelling. You have, like, two amazing actresses.
Oh my god.
You trade Kristen Stewart.
with the three of them. You bring
Yeah.
back the three
What
of
are
them?
they doing there, by the way? They are way too good to be in this film.
No, but it just adds to how good this film might be.
I think the performances will be good, but the story may not be that good.
No, I'm actually looking forward to the story.
I'm looking forward to the relationship between Ravina and...
Yeah, you know what? Watching this
That'd be
trailer, I'm like, what the hell is Chris Hemsworth doing there? You can totally just.
He's the
admit
Mad
him.
Max. He's the Mad Max of the
Yeah,
series.
you don't. It's like he's so redundant. It's like, seriously, you can just start an entirely new franchise. You don't even need to say that this is part of Snow White and the Huntsman thing, and then start an entirely new story. Just covering the three women. I thought it would be such a good movie.
But Jessica Chastain needs to be there because of the whole love interest thing. That's why the Huntsman, and the only reason why she says her Chris Hemsworth is there, the only reason why Chris Hemsworth is there is because of the whole love story thing. So they're all bounded by the love story. Yeah, so that's why they're there, even though it doesn't sound compelling at all.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to this.
Did you like the first Snow White and the Huntsman?
I actually liked it. I didn't like the casting.
I thought it was entertaining enough. Like, it was
Yeah.
dumb fun.
I liked it, but I hated Kristen Stewart as Snow White. The Snow White that they wanted in Snow White and the Huntsman was someone who was, a leader who could step up and was really strong. Kristen Stewart was none of that. She was I was like, what the hell am I watching? It was just really bad. So I didn't like her as Snow White. She in an armor on a horse trying to fight the evil witch army. It's like, what? What's going on?
The visual effects for the first movie is nice. I hope this one is good. Even though you can tell, like, some parts are not... Hopefully some parts are not final yet. Like the part where she breaks the ice or something like that.
Right.
Like, and then you see, like, it's clearly not real. I hope they fix that. But, other than that, I guess I'm looking forward to this movie, but I don't think the story will be good. I'm just there for the actress.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there
actresses.
for the three of them because they're awesome. Alright, we'll move on. The Hobbit Blu-ray interview with Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson, the director, one of the producers, and one of the screenplay writers, come out in an interview and says that he winged it. The director was working 21-hour days due to the fact that they had lost a year and a half of preparation, lost to... I still cannot pronounce his name. Del Toro.
Yeah, Guillermo.
Yeah. Anyways,
Glum.
and scenes were shot without it being written to satisfaction, without storyboards, and with no plan. Although The Hobbit did make $3 billion worldwide. Yeah, I'm honestly disappointed with this. With Peter Jackson, he should just kept it to himself that he winged it. I don't think he should have said anything.
What I think is this is totally marketing where, he acknowledged that it was not a good film or not a good trilogy. So people will be more forgiving of him and they'll buy his movies and they're like, oh, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? And they are. The pacing is terrible. The action,
liked it.
the CGI is not that good.
I liked
It's by
it.
Weta.
I don't like
Weta is an
CGI.
amazing CGI company.
I went to Weta Studios.
Oh,
And I
really?
went to New Zealand.
Oh, that's cool. I want to go New Zealand. Love of the Rings makes me want to go New Zealand. Good job.
You should. But
No wonder they paid them for tourism.
yeah, I like the Hobbit trilogy. I read the book first and then I watched it, and
I
then
haven't read the books.
yeah. So I read the books and then I went and watched it. They kept to the book pretty much because it was 3 movies. They added a few things here and there.
The Hobbit?
Yeah, they added a few
Okay.
things to the Hobbit. The love story was totally unnecessary, but I really liked it. I don't know if I'm like contradicting myself, but yeah.
It wasn't necessary in a movie, but out of context, it's good.
Yeah, so it's good. I liked the Hobbit. It was messy here and there, but I still liked it. The characters were good enough.
The second one, I fell asleep halfway. And I was just
Actually, I
like,
didn't like it. I don't remember the second one.
I was just like dozing in and out in the dragon fight, the dragon climax. Because it was really boring.
Yeah, I don't really remember the second one. I like the first one.
Yeah, I like the first
was
one.
Good. I actually like the first one a lot.
Yeah.
Last one was okay. It wasn't the best. So yeah, I mean,
The last one was just action with very little character development. And like,
there was no.
do you know why?
character development?
Do you know why the first movie is the best? Because there's this really awesome scene between I must say Boba Fett, between the main character, what's his name?
Lord of the Rings. Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo, yeah. Between Bilbo and is that what's the guy, the Bride Precious?
Oh, Gollum.
Gollum, yeah. That scene between both of them
I
was
love that.
amazing.
That was my favorite part in the book.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That was my favorite part in the movie. I didn't enjoy the other 2 Hobbit films, and it's not as bad as the prequels to Star Wars as everyone is saying it is, because at least the acting is good, and the characters are likable enough. And even though you find most of the dwarves, are they called dwarves? Dispensable. You still care about some of them, if not one of them. And that's good enough. But I still think, like, the movies are not that good. Because they're boring. They are obviously just padded out.
Yeah.
The journey isn't that interesting in the first place.
I actually.
and the
actually
CGI
felt-
kind of sucked.
Yeah, I actually feel it's a bit too PG. The Hobbit was a bit too PG. I remember. Okay, I didn't watch The Lord of the Rings. I have yet to watch it. I have all 3 DVDs at home, but I have not watched it. I remember watching like the little TV spots and trailers to the Lord of the Rings and felt that it was super dark. The Hobbit didn't. I mean, The Hobbit.
The Hobbit is more fun, yeah.
The Hobbit's more fun. It's also not supposed to be dark, but there are moments where it's supposed to be dark. And the first one did a really good job. It wasn't the first one. The spider scene. Was
No,
it the
that's
first one?
that's
Oh,
the
this is-
first. Second one.
That's the second one. Yeah.
First
So-
thing you see in the second.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I really liked that part because it was dark when it had to be dark. But like in the last Hobbit, I didn't like it because the whole warring scene wasn't that scary. It wasn't. I don't know. It just
Because it was
didn't-
all CGI.
Yeah, it didn't feel like
And
it.
I totally support CGI, and I don't think it's ruining movies at all. In fact, it's helping movies.
But it
It's
has to
just
be done
lazy
well.
directors. Yeah, it's just that obviously if it doesn't look good in CG and it doesn't blend well with your environment, don't use it. And I feel like the final fight went on for way too long.
Oh my god! I was like, when is this gonna end?
But then again, that's my complaint for Lord of the
I
Rings, where it had like multiple endings.
I didn't hate The Hobbit. I really didn't hate it. It just wasn't that.
I feel like Peter Jackson, he did try. It's just that this is probably for marketing. And I don't believe a single word he said. Because I bet he knew, as in, I guess he had little time, but I still think that he knew enough to make a movie that was at least watchable, and it didn't work out. So now he's just giving this excuse of like production nightmare.
Yeah, well.
Because I've seen the behind the scenes stuff, and you know, maybe he's lying in this, maybe he's lying in that.
Yeah.
But he seems like he's having way too much fun in the behind the scenes stuff. Like he actually took his time out to like make some documentary. So it's like clearly.
Well, yeah, so if this is a marketing scheme, then well, I don't know. I feel this marketing scheme just makes me not want to watch The Hobbit ever again.
People are addicted to like negativity.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, so they want to check it out. Like, oh, is it really that bad? Even the director didn't like it. So I think that's why
It
it's there.
earned 3 billion worldwide. I'm sure like a lot of people have watched it already.
You haven't watched Lord of the Rings.
I've not watched Lord of the Rings, that's
Yeah.
true. I'm
So-
not allowed to watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay.
Moving on. Edgar Wright to take on DreamWorks animation feature film. One of the best comedy writer-directors coming out to do a DreamWorks animation based on shadows. Edgar Wright is famously known for Shaun of the Dead, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, The World's End, and Hot Fuzz. I brought this up because I know you're going to be excited about it.
Yes, I love DreamWorks. I love Edgar Wright. This is awesome. And they said that there's gonna be a movie based on Shadow, and I thought it was Me and My Shadow, which was about this guy who's like the most boring character, who's the most boring guy ever, and then it's about his interaction with his shadow, and his shadow makes him want to, he's boring as well because the guy is boring, so he decided to break the rules and like control the guy instead of letting the guy control him, and that's such an awesome storyline, but they had to shelve it because Rise of the Guardians bombed in the box office. So DreamWorks had to like
Rise of the Guardians bombed?
yeah, it bombed really hard.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
because of that, they couldn't make the film because they laid off people. Which, by the way, DreamWorks, can you please stop hiring stars who obviously have they shouldn't be there, and you're paying them way too much. You're destroying your animator's life. What are you doing? Okay, so I love DreamWorks. I love Edgar Wright, and I love that he's coming on board. I just hope that he doesn't pull an Ant-Man where, although it's not a cinematic universe, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really have to follow any certain rules. But I'm so excited to see this because I really hope they're going with the original concept. I'm not sure whether they're going to do Me and My Shadows or just another movie based off shadows. But in Me and My Shadows, they were trying to do a 2D, 3D hybrid animation.
Oh, wow.
And it sounded so freaking cool. That's why I was so upset when they decided to shelve this. Yeah. And I really, I'm looking forward to this film. I'm so excited. Please stay on board, Edgar Wright. I really want to see your first animated film. And I'm so glad that DreamWorks got him instead of Disney, because Disney's on a roll, and I think DreamWorks needs all the help they can get.
Yeah. Actually, I want to ask something about that though. Didn't Disney buy over some of DreamWorks property?
No?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're very sure?
As in, I know DreamWorks, the live action, they bought some of it. Like, but not DreamWorks Animation. Because they're rival
Really?
companies, yeah.
No, because they started showing some of DreamWorks animations on Disney.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
That made me think that they bought over DreamWorks.
No, they did not. They did not. I would kill myself. No, I wouldn't. But I would be really upset if they did. Because what I love about DreamWorks, because I love Disney, but I watched Shrek. And then that was when I realized that, there are different types of, you can make an animated film that doesn't need to feel like Disney. That doesn't need to be sugar-coated and all that kind of stuff. Like, it can be funny, it can be weird, it can have like, music that you listen to on the radio, that kind of stuff, and it's different, and I liked it because it's different. Now it's not different, but it used to be different, and I really like that there was an edge to them, unlike Disney. And I'll be really upset if DreamWorks is gone. But now the new DreamWorks is like Laika, and I'm really looking forward to all their films, Laika.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing here, I think it's more of Disney is distributing
Yeah.
than they
But,
bought over. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, that's very
Disney
fine.
will never let that thing that happened in How to Train Your Dragon 2 fly because they want to sell toothless toys. I'm just saying.
Well, okay. Anyways, for me with this news, I've not watched any of Edgar Wright's films. which
Oh.
I should. I
Yes,
really
you
should.
should.
I really want to watch Shaun of the Dead. Apparently, it's really good.
Scott Pilgrim is one of my
Exactly.
favorites.
So like when you talk about Edgar Wright and then you hear all these films, everybody has high praises for all his films. So I'm excited for this. I should watch his films before I go and see more. But yeah, and the animation based on shadows, I don't think we've done that yet so far in the animation world. Have we?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Maybe some obscure like student film because it sounds like a very student film project.
Yeah.
I am really looking forward to this. I really hope Edgar Wright stays. For once, no, not for once. I am begging you, DreamWorks, please stop hiring big name actors for small roles. Like, think about your budget and please.
You're not like Disney, you kind of.
You're not Disney. Your best franchises don't do well in the box office. Kung Fu Panda 2 didn't do well, and if it wasn't for China, they would have been gone.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon 2 didn't do well, even though it was so damn good. But because of China, because of Asia, because of the other countries, they did well. And it's not because of your voice actors, it's because they like those characters. So please make the effort to not hire stars. Friggin', why did they have Angelina Jolie as Tigress? You know what I mean? Oh, I'm so mad. Okay.
I never could get over the fact. Anyways, moving on to upcoming movies this week. We have this week is wow.
Amazing. Except that one.
But yeah, so you have Creed, you have Macbeth, you have The Good Dinosaur, you have Victor Frankenstein, and then you have Gem and the Holograms.
Gem and the Holograms.
Well, yeah, I
Alright.
I
What an
wanna watch-
amazing week for film.
I want to watch all of these, except Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah, same.
But I honestly, when Gem and Holograms comes out,
I feel like we should watch it.
Watch it.
We should watch it.
Yeah, I will
And then
actually watch
just
it.
hate on it.
No,
But then
I won't watch it in cinemas. I don't want to waste my money.
wouldn't it be
I wanna
funny?
watch it,
Wouldn't it be
like,
funny
on
if like
Max.
we watch Gem and the Holograms and then like we wanted to hate on it, but we actually really love it.
Yeah, I don't know. Because honestly, to me, even though Gem and the Holograms trailer was so bad,
I really pity anyone in it.
I actually really I was okay with the trailer. I know it's
terrible.
it's a horrible trailer. It is, but it had so many like a Disney original.
Oh yes,
movie.
yeah,
It had so
yeah.
many of those notes, and then this should be just a Disney movie.
Yeah.
They shouldn't make it a feature film. But yeah.
They even have like a Disney Channel actress inside.
Haley Kiyoko.
No, not
Haley
her.
Kiyoko.
The
Haley
one,
Kiyoko's a Disney actor.
the one from Insidious 3. I forgot her name.
Yeah.
She's a very talented actress. Creed.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that because Michael B. Jordan is in it. I love him as an actor. I think he's the best thing about Fantastic Four, which is not that hard to get. You know, the best thing about Fantastic Four. He's funny. He can be dramatic. He's very good looking. I love him. I hope he's gonna be in another franchise that's not Fantastic Four because I think he deserves, a franchise.
Probably.
What else is there? Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, I love him.
I like Sylvester.
I'm looking forward to see Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I want to see him back as Rocky.
Yeah.
And because this is
I like that this is a
kind
spin-off.
of like a spin-off of Rocky. I really want to see notes from it, like
But not like fan service.
not really like fan service,
James
but-
Bond. That kind.
like I don't know, just
I feel really
continue
bad.
that. I just really like it.
I keep like hating on Spectre, and it's not terrible. It's
You
just
just
bad.
hate fan service.
No, listen. I like fan service when it's done right, but I hate it when that's the main thing that they're going
Yeah,
for.
so that's what Creed has to do. Creed has to have some fan service, but not focus on that, which I don't think it's gonna be because it's a spin-off. It's not like another Rocky movie. So I'm really looking forward to this. And then we have Macbeth with Michael Fassbender and that woman from Inception. What's her name?
The Italian, the main wife.
Yeah.
Oh, I can never remember her name. She's Talia al Ghul. Spoiler alert.
God, I love her. I every time the Macbeth trailer comes up in cinemas or just anywhere,
It looks good. It looks really dark.
So good.
I like that this is like following the play as well.
Yeah, exactly. So because
It's not like modern take on Macbeth.
oh god, they should never do that. Because Macbeth itself is a very dark play. It's super dark. So the movie has to be dark, and the performances look fantastic. It looks so good.
Good job, Magneto.
Yeah, I don't know how they can. how am I gonna squeeze any of these movies in a week?
I think we'll probably just talk about 2 of them and then not have any. What did we watch this week? The Good Dinosaur and an animated film. I think
it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be
I heard like it's surprisingly good.
Yeah.
But I still hate how the renders turn out. Like it looks really. The environment does not fit with the character models, and the character models do not fit with the environment models, and everything just feels so Is it dislocated?
I guess
Just disjointed, I guess.
Disjointed,
yeah, and I don't know. Like even the story isn't that good.
No, I think it's so cute. I think the dinosaur's adorable.
You know,
and the toys coming out for it is so cute.
I'm gonna rant about Pixar fanboys. If this was a DreamWorks film and The Croods was a Pixar film, people would say that this is a ripoff of The Croods. I'm just saying. Because they said that Megamind is a ripoff of The Incredibles because it's a superhero genre.
Rip-off?
Because it's superhero. So that's because Pixar
that's bullshit.
because Pixar owns The Incredibles, which means that they own the superhero genre, which means that they obviously did not take inspiration from Fantastic Four at all. Okay, let's go on.
Such a Fantastic Four movie. Anyways.
The good Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah. Okay, and then you have Victor Frankenstein.
I'm only watching this for the cast. The story does not look good.
I'm okay with the story. Yeah, I'm watching it because you have people like Daniel Radcliffe, you have people like James McAvoy, apparently Andrew Scott's in it as well.
Yes! Oh my god, I love Andrew Scott.
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
right?
Okay, no, I won't hate on
We have to
Spectre.
stop
I won't hate on Spectre.
spazzing over upcoming movies. But yeah, so this week is good. And I don't know
We
what
probably
we're
had to
gonna do.
spread it out.
Yeah, we had to spread it out. We'll watch Creed first, and then
Good Dinosaur.
probably Good Dinosaur. Yeah, I'll probably get those 2. One animation, one non. And then
Next, like the following week, we'll probably do Macbeth and Victor
Victor
Frankenstein.
What else is coming out next week? I don't know, but we will probably set aside everything for anything coming out this week. Yep. So that is all for this episode. Thank you for listening, and you will hear from us next week.
I'm really sorry I sound really tired, but I feel like I warmed up already. Let's do this again! Okay,
Now it's lunchtime.
bye!